Geigo saw it the first day that I had apparently the attitude, persona, a mystique.
Right.
That he could tell. He said, stick out in this business because he says someday you're going to make a lot of money.
So how long did you work for Geigo for?
6 months.
6 months?
Yeah,
Okay.
then they sent me out to Don Owen at Portland, Oregon, and here's a great story there. My first match in Portland, I made $100. And I was in the second bout. I was in heaven when I came home to my wife that night. I said, my God, I made $100 tonight. Because I had never seen $100 in 6 months in Kansas City. So needless to say, Portland was a step upward. Owen put it all onto me. I beat Snuka for the Northwest Heavyweight Championship, and I only had 9 months in the business. Can you imagine that? That Don Owen made his top moneymaker was a kid who didn't even have 1 year of experience in the business.
So he saw the potential in you, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, he got cold feet the night Jimmy was supposed to drop the strap to me.
Right.
And Jimmy was the one. He said, no, bro. He said, I'm dropping the title to the kid today because Jimmy knew. Jimmy was a businessman, and he knew he could make more money trying to get the title from me than he could having it. So Jimmy made the call really. Snuka, he said, I'm dropping the strap to the kid tonight. So it shows you what a businessman Jimmy was. He didn't care about the tight belts. He cared about the wallet.
Right.
And that's what it's all about.
What are your memories of working with Jimmy?
Phenomenal. He is one of the most phenomenal athletes in anything that I've ever seen. I remember one time I was supposed to beat him by backdropping him over the top rope, and he said, make sure, bro, give me a big boost. Well, as I boosted him, I spun around because I had to watch it. He never touched a rope. Went all the way over the top, and it was in Salem, and there was a drop. I would say he came down from at least 12 feet to the floor. He was unbelievable. And I kept telling him, Jimmy, you don't belong here. Get to New York.
Right.
Get to where the money is, and he eventually did.
How did you wind up working for AWA? And I consider that your big break.
How did I do it? I had come home, I had quit the business. I had actually saved up enough money in Portland that I decided I was going to quit the business and open up my own weightlifting gym. So I opened up a gym, and Snuka left Don to go to Carolina, I think. Don called me up and said, if I fly you out, will you come out and work for me for 2 weeks? And I said, sure, I'd love to, because it would help supplement my gym. I'll go out there for 2 weeks. And he said, well, I need you to do promos. And I said, well, you know the relationship with Verne. I'm an Eddie Sharkey trained guy. He says, don't worry about that. I'll smooth it with Verne. I'll call you back in an hour. So he called me back in an hour. He said, you're all set. Go down to Verne Gagne on Saturday and cut a promo and ship it out to me. Because, they wanted to preview and give the people in Portland, even though they all still remembered me, they wanted to promo me for a week or two before I came in. Because I was going to go against Buddy, my former partner. It's me against Rose. And so I went down and I did, and I got down there, I sat around, Verne was doing his AWA, and finally they took a break at lunch, and that's when he sent me out with Gene Okerlund, and we clicked immediately. It was like bread and butter. Gene Okerlund, Mean Gene, and I. In fact, I'm who named him Mean Gene,
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, I called him Mean Gene, the hot air machine.
And it just stuck.
And it stuck. The Mean Gene did, not the final part. But and so I got out with Gene, and Verne came up, and we reviewed it, and I said, I know what I got to say. I'm going against Buddy Rose, da-da-da, and we cued Gene in. Gene did his typical great professional lead-in. Well, I happened to notice Verne was sitting at the table with his pencil, and he has glasses on doing booking. And I started in, talking about Buddy Rose, and I noticed out of my peripheral vision, all of a sudden Verne stopped writing. He took his glasses off and set them on the table, and he leaned back in his chair, and then he just listened. And so I did the interview. I thanked everyone. I got the thing, the tape, got it off to Don and went off and did that. But they asked me before I left, they said, could you please bring the tape back? Because I guess they lose them all the time, and they're pretty expensive at that time.
Right.
So I said, sure. So I brought the tape back with me, and I went up to the Verne's office when I returned, and Verne wasn't there, but Carbo was, and the late Wally Carbo. And so I walked in, and I told the receptionist, look, I have to return this tape, blah, 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 blah. And Wally went, oh, Jesse, come on in. Pulled me in the back. All of a sudden, they're treating me like, I'm looking around to see, is he talking to me?
Right.
And he shows me all over the office. He says, what are you doing now? And I said, nothing, I quit. You quit? I said, yeah. I said, I just went back to work for Don. I said, I got my gym in North Minneapolis, and I said, I'm concentrating on building up a weightlifting gym. And he goes, well, he said, look it. He said, would you be willing to work for us part-time? And I thought, this is interesting. I'm a Sharky guy, and he's asking me to work part-time. And I said, sure, because I thought, again, well, if I can work off and on, it'll help build my gym up. But I got clear with him right away. I said, well, look, if you think that I'm going to do jobs on TV, no. I said, I'm not a jobber. I will not do a job on TV. I told him that right away because Geigel told me that. When I left Kansas City, Geigel said to me, from this point on, you don't ever do another job on television. And I said, good enough. And I took that. So I told Collie, I said, I'm not going to do jobs on TV. He said, no. But like if we need somebody in Winnipeg or we need somebody, da-da-da. He said, you'll do a job in a house show, won't you? I said, of course. But I said, I won't do one on television, because if you do one on television in those days, well, you're then cast for life.